Hi friends, welcome to another video. My name is Fotini. You're visiting Fotini Stampin' Spot. I have a couple different things we're going to do today, but we're still going to have it be a fairly quick video. I wanted to follow up on my previous video where I made a very cute card, a flip card using the fancy foil. Here's the fancy foil, DSP or specialty paper, and I made this card, which is really cute and easy to make. But because this cardstock is such a pretty cardstock with the foil, and see how it captures the light, and it is a thick cardstock and it is one-sided, I did mention that I was going to come back and show you how to make a nice little box for you know, your paper crafting or gifting needs. So I came up with this box, which is a really standard box to display this beautiful foil, and I figured that it could be used to house like a 3x3 card, maybe 3 or 4 cards and envelopes. And obviously there's plenty of room because you can see that the box is about 4 inches and the card is like 3, so there's plenty. So what I wanted to do was show you how to make the box in a different color and how to quickly make this card and a matching envelope with the punch board. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So let me give you another idea. This is another variation of a box that's slightly bigger of a card that I had made before. So we're going to use this measurement, which is utilizing 6x6 cardstock, and I'm going to change it just a little bit because, as you can see here, this box sits, it is basically the same measurement with both sides. So I'm going to attempt actually on the video to make this card base a little taller so that it can kind of look maybe like, I don't know, maybe like that, to show off that pretty color too. So we'll attempt it and we'll see how it goes. So here's what you need. So we're working with our designer series paper. Here is Cajun, let's say that, Cajun Craze. We're going to use this DSP. This is cut at 6x6, and we're going to score it all the way around at 1 inch. So I've got my Stampin' trimmer here, and we're just going to kind of go all the way around the box. Okay, and we're going to go right here and just score at 1 inch around this box. And this is such pretty, I mean, the foil frenzy paper actually comes in multiple colors. Let me show you what the other colors are. So here's another Cajun Craze, Lemon Lime Twist in 3 different patterns. Isn't that great? I think this one is Soft Sky. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Soft Sky, but again, look how it captures the light. And here's the other Cajun Craze. So you get 3 patterns with, I think, 4 colors, and it's just such pretty paper. Okay, so now we have this scored. So we did that. So the other thing then we want to do is do our box. And now our box is also, let me think, 6x6. And if we do that, I probably should have cut it bigger. You know what, we're just going to keep it the original design of the box because I think I have to have cut it bigger in order to make it taller. So we're just going to stick with the same box that I just displayed, and we're going to basically do the same thing and score it at 1 all the way around. This is a basic box, so I guess once you get the hang of making this style box, which I'm still getting the hang of making boxes in general, then you can, I guess, adventure into the slightly more advanced boxes. Okay, so get my bone folder. So sometimes people say, well, you know, which way you score and whatever, it doesn't make a difference. I don't know if it necessarily makes a difference or not. Maybe more experienced paper crafters out there can kind of attest to that, but I did capture a video, I forget who it was that said it, that you want to fold it with the valley that is down. So I scored the top, so I want to fold it in that way so that the mountain, which is on the bottom side of the card, gets folded back. I don't know if it does really make a difference or not. I'm sure it may. this is just what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so we did this one. So see what I'm saying? This is the bumped out version. I flipped the card over, and this was the, maybe it does, maybe it makes it easier to bend the paper, since especially we have really nice thick cardstock. Okay, so here we are. Make sure I'm in view for you guys. So here's what we're gonna do. We're basically gonna cut up to the score line, cutting out this score line here. So a tip would be, whatever you're gonna do, do it the same all the way around. So I'm holding my box, I'm going to cut up, cut up. I'm going to turn it around, cut up, cut up. That way your flaps just doesn't confuse you. So I'm cutting out the score line to make it an easy close, and I'm gonna go right up to that score line. You'll see that? So I'm gonna end up wedging out or miter cutting that piece, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and that's just going to create a nice close without having bulkiness. Okay, just take that out, and we're going to do the same thing to the lid. So taking out that scoring line allows a really clean edge. And paper snips are really good for this because it's like just enough blade to cut right up to where you need. Okay, so we have that, and let's do the top, and we're doing exactly the same thing because this is the same box. Okay, and over here, see, this designer series paper is so thick, or specialty paper I think is what it's called. It does not have, let's see, let's cut this actually a little better. It does not have anything on the back side, so I thought this would be a great paper to make a box with. Not that you can't do it with the other designer series paper, it's just, I just figured this would be a nice one, a nice sturdy one, and what better to put in the box than some cards, right? So, okay. So I would recommend, if you're going to adhere these, to use either Tombow or a fast fuse or tear and tape. I don't think snail holds it good. I actually like using the Tombow because I can adjust it before it dries. So, and I'll show you a trick that I do. So we fold in these flaps. We're gonna put some glue on all the flaps. I'm going to show you a little tip that I use because we only have, we only have 2 hands, and Tombow does need to be held in place for a little. So I use these little clips from one of my paper pumpkin, and all I do is I put glue on everything, I leave it flat, I fold it down, and make sure I line up my edge. So you see that edge there? I make sure that it's lined up. And with Tombow you can do that. And then I take these clips and I just hold it there. And I just work around my box. Again, line up the edge. And use the clip to just hold it in place. And that way I'm not standing there holding the box, waiting it for, it's like, you know, watching water boil. It takes, sometimes it feels like it takes forever when it really doesn't. But you're allowed to move on to the next project while this sets. So while that sets, we're gonna do the same thing here. So I'll just end up taking those clips off and just using them here. Okay. The other thing that we're going to need to just do is add a little notch so that it's just a little easier to grip the top of the card. So I'm just taking from my bottom, and I'm going to attach it to here because that now probably has set. And it's just super easy, and you don't have to sit there and hold it. You just hold it in place for a second, and there you go. You have your box top. These boxes would be great for jewelry or for the holidays, or if you'd like to give like a gift or something like that with maybe a couple cookies inside, or I don't know. It's the sky's the limit, right? So I'm using my 3/4 inch punch, and I'm opening that, and I'm just going to try to find the center mark, and I'm just going to make like a little thumb notch. That's it, just a little just a little thumb notch right there, thumb notch, just so that the person can grab to lift the lid off. Okay, and then I take these off, and these are ready to go. And you have yourself, hopefully if this all works out right, it'll fit right on. You have yourself a pretty box, just like that you can decorate however you would like to decorate. So the previous box that I did, this one, I actually had the matching berry burst ribbon and made a belly band. Since I don't have ribbon for Cajun Craze, we'll figure that out as we go, I guess, right? So let's just put these away. So I'm going to show you a really quick card to just put inside. You can make these great little gift cards to give to friends and family or teachers when, you know, the holidays, or as a thank you or as a birthday gift, so that they can give out cards to their friends and families. So my thought for this one was maybe like a teacher gift, because teachers get things from families and parents and students, and they always need to have some extra thank you cards around. So this is Cajun Craze cardstock. It's 6 by 3 and it's scored at 3, so we're just making a quick 3 by 3 card. I used crumb cake and the, what's this called? Layering Squares Framelits dies. I just got these, so I'm happy to put them into use. And they have a whole lot of, it's a whole big set, so lots of squares, plain, edged, and scalloped. And so I just wanted to bring this in. This is not an exact color match, as you can see, but because it'll be behind, I didn't think it was going to be that noticeable. And then the other thing I have is a piece of Whisper White using our stitched shape framelit dies, and it gives you that really, if you guys can see that really pretty stitched look. So we're going to stamp on here. The stamps that we're using, all things thanks, and we're going to do thanks for that thing you did, because I like that it's squared off and it'll match nice in this box. So I'm using Cajun Craze, since we're going to make everything that same color combo, and that's a juicy stamp, so it's pretty well inked, and we're just going to stamp right in the center, pushing down and lifting up, no rocking. And really that's all we're going to do. So we're going to attach snail to the back of this. Okay, we're going to add that to our scalloped crumb cake. I think the actual paper for this is like, what is it called? Craft paper or something? It's like a different, it's not an exact color, so I have to check the catalog to see if there's an exact color for that. And because I want to pop it up just to make it a little special looking, I'm going to use some of my dimensionals, and I do have a strip of these. So we're just going to put one there and cut one more off. And I'll put one in the center just to keep it secured. Oop, that wasn't very good. Take off the backing. And I'm going to just put it here on the front. Ooh, okay, just make sure that you guys don't rush like me. Just make sure that if it's a really juicy stamp, you let it dry. I ended up smearing it there a little, but that's okay for me. And the other thing I'm going to add are these enamel dots, or enamel shapes, I should say. And I'm just going to add a little heart right here at the bottom, just to kind of give that warm thank you feel. Okay, so there's our card, super quick, and as you can see, it will totally easily fit in here. The other thing that I wanted to show you was because, you know, if you're making a 3x3 card, you kind of have to make a 3x3 envelope, and I'm going to show you how to do that using the Stampin' Up! Envelope punch board. So great little tool, very versatile. I'm still learning how to do some non-envelope things on this thing, so hopefully more videos will be coming out with that. So we have it here, it tells you the card size. So our card is 3x3, And it tells you what size your paper has to be, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then it tells you where you have to start your score line, which is the only measurement that you're going to do. That is 2 5/8, which we're going to come up here, which is greatly appreciated that they added the numerical values of each of the hash marks. So 2 5/8 would be right there. So here's my paper. I already have it ready. We're going to go to 2 5/8. We're going to punch, and then we're going to take the scoring tool or your bone folder and score right along that line. Now we're just going to flip it over and line up our score guide with the line that we just scored. We're not measuring anymore. So just line that up right here. Let me bring that up because there's a shadow. So as you can see there, we're going to line up the line with the scoring pointer. We're going to punch. We're going to score. Line up the line again. You're going to do that all the way around. And the last one. Okay, and there you go. Now, here's another quick tip. On the other side of the score of the envelope punch board is a corner rounder. So if you don't have a separate one, don't fear. You can round the corners of your envelope or any other cardstock that you might have. Okay, and I'll show you how easy this is to come together. So if you notice the envelope, two sides up and bottom are a little wider than the flaps on the side. So I make this the top and the bottom, and how I do it is I fold in my sides, burnishing them, and then my bigger flaps are on the top and the bottom. And I like to use tear and tape because I think it's an envelope and it should stay closed, and this is what I think would be the best adhesive for. So all I'm going to do is take here tear and tape. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to just tear. That's what's good about it. Line up the other side and tear. Okay. Now the trick with the tear and tape is you just have to make sure you burnish it down. And then peel up that packing. You definitely can use Tombow or snail or anything like that. Just using to do this. And then as the flaps are closed in, I just fold this up and I burnish the sides. And hopefully this will fit the card if I did it right. There you go. Perfect. Either way. Okay, and now this, like I said, the cardstock is a little thick, and my card is elevated because I have that dimensional, but still you can easily have yourself a nice little card. So this is one card. You can make 3 more, put it in your pretty box, and then even add a bow or some sort of embellishment on top. Or let's do something super easy and bring out a little punch. And let me find a stamp real quick that says, that's from our new stamp set called Labels to Love, and we're just going to use For You. Okay, really small, super small stamp set. Where's it at? Maybe a little too small, I think, right? And we're just going to take our block. I'm going to just take a piece of scrap and use my Cajun Craze again. Okay, we're just going to stamp just in the middle. Oh, you know what? That's really small. No, too much. This is a really juicy stamp. Wow. I keep rocking it, which is not what I want to do. Okay. All right, we got one right here for you. So I changed my mind. because we have a circle here, I'm not going to use that punch. It's going to be kind of a little weird, and this is a small stamp. So I'm going to use, again, that 3/4 punch, and I'm just going to punch a circle out. So I'm just lining it up and making a little circle, just like that. And I'm going to use a dimensional. Just one to place on the back. Okay. We could just put that right there in the corner for you. And there you go. You have yourself a nice little box with a cute little 3x3 card and a matching envelope, and you can easily make 3 or 4 of these and stack them in here, no problem. Thanks everybody for taking a few minutes out of your day today to watch my video. If you liked it and would like to see more when they get posted, please click subscribe below in the YouTube video, and all the items that I used today will be listed underneath with links to my online shopping page. I appreciate you guys taking the time out. Totally love the customers that are supporting me to be able to bring you guys more videos, and I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks again.